Hi, friends. I don't do these things to pull you down, you know. I sure don't mean to do that. But then again, I'll put in a good word for pain. I do other crazy things. People are too quick to run away from anything that has the word pain in it, or sadness, or heartache, or anything like that. Just like we're so quick to run away from our feelings. Every coin has two sides. If you want to be balanced, if you want to be complete and whole, and there's a power in that, well, there's some good stuff hidden away in your pain. And remember, it's not necessary to suffer. All that pain over Priscilla and all that, there's no suffering in there. Okay, I'll read you a journal. It's from June 28th, 2010, the first of that day. Mayan day was 7 read. To minimize man or a woman, to minimize people is their goal. There is still a feeling of heaviness, of emotional intensity, not anchored to anything in particular that I feel. This is ongoing for some time now. It changes and morphs somewhat, but remains in its essence heavy. It was more uncomfortable some days ago. Now it's becoming less so somehow, perhaps by long acquaintance, who knows. Though I had determined early on to go yesterday without at all connecting to the internet, by about 1 or 2 p.m., I found myself connecting anyway. I think it was okay. I'm not judging. We shall see. It was pleasant, though, to have had that break, where I found myself outside in the early morning, determined to take advantage of the sun and the day before the heat should make it too unpleasant to do so. It was funny, really, for I had left my lawn chair out and it had rained. It does that a lot. The chair, being canvas, retained all that, and so it was quite wet, a puddle in it. Well, I had at first earlier wanted to lay a blanket in the grass and relax with Gaia that way. Upon looking outdoors, however, and seeing the heavy dew all over everything, I knew that wasn't happening. And then to find the wet chair, well, I was nonplussed. So, being determined not to be thwarted in my desire to have a visit with earth, sky, and sun, I determined that, well, this body had been wet before, and it would be again, and it would not hurt a bit. So, emptying the chair of its overload of water, I gingerly sat down, making friends with its wetness. And sure enough, in no time at all, I was quite unaware of it. That is, until I arose, of course. Then it felt strange again. In the day's heat that we've been having, everyone in the upper 90s, this pleasant time of early morning was so precious, though, and the wetness just added to that, making it seem even cooler. It was a precious time indeed, grounding to earth, sky, and sun, to nature in all of her beauty and noisy abandon. I do so love living close to woods and the field and having the wildlife around. I begrudge the sound of the guns that forms part of my world here, but oh well, what can one do? Hunters have rights too. They live in a world so different from mine, though, it's amazing. To kill one of these creatures for sport, well, I just can't imagine. Actually, I can, for I've shot at them too so long ago. I was a pretty good shot with a target way back then. Did pretty well in the Air Force once or twice. No, did pretty well in the Air Force as well. Once or twice I shot at a creature. Thank God I never hit one. Still, no creatures are my target anymore. That's hard to imagine. People, maybe. Creatures, Though I don't put them first or on an equal with man, yet still do I respect and love them deeply. Their beauty is so much a part of this world, and we are their caretakers, if the Bible is to be believed. Works for me. Let us be once again the wise gardeners and caretakers of Mother Earth. I'm for that. I feel a bit sorry for those who have so lost their balance as to equate all life as their equal, though. This is sad. It is so out of balance. Yet, it is but more of the programming that would minimize man and have him think nothing of self, think he is nothing at all, worth as much, maybe less, than a bug. What's with that? Can you not see what's behind it? They take something so beautiful as our love for all nature, then twist it all out of bright form into something grotesque, making of it an excuse, a reason, a method to once again minimize man into